All right, so now that you have a background, now you're going to go to insert your pictures. So you're going to go up to insert, you're going to go to image. Now, one of the reasons we put our files in our drive is to make this step easier. So now you're just going to go to your drive. Now, when your drive first opens, I was already in here. It's going to go to recent. Now, if you just uploaded your pictures the other day and you don't have anything else, you might see your pictures here, but you might not see all of them. So what you want to do is go to My Drive. And when it first opens your drive, it's going to open it like this, where you're going to see a lot of different folders. What you want to do is kind of scroll down until you find your Toy Story one, which is why we put it in a folder to make it easier to find. Then what you're going to do is you're going to start at your beginning. My beginning did at the beginning, and you're going to find the 3 images that you liked best. Now, I think I liked this one, and then I liked, let's try this one, and then which one of the last ones did I like? I liked this one. So I'm going to pick my beginning, middle, and end. I can always go back and change one of them if it ends up not being the 3 that I liked. So I can go insert. This is going to stick all 3 of them smack dab in the middle of your file. That's okay. You're going to click away from them so that you're not selecting all 3 to move them. Then when you select them to move them, you can just scoot them apart. So I scoot this one over here. I scoot this one over here. Now you will see these do not fit on my nice background anymore. So what I'm going to do is resize them. Now this is the important thing, and this is true in both Google Slides and Google Drawings and Google Docs and any other Google product you use. Never resize from the center. And I'm going to show you why. If I resize from the center, what happens to my image? It gets mushed and it gets distorted. We don't want your final drawings distorted or your final photographs distorted. So I just Control-Z'd my way out of that. If I redo it, you can see back here is also my undo. There is always an undo, and in Google Drives, the undo is always Control-Z. So Control-Z will always get you out of trouble. So instead of grabbing from these corners, I can grab from these corners. If I grab from these corners, it doesn't matter how much I pull, it stays the same shape. So it stays that same rectangle. So I made that one a little smaller. I'm going to grab this one and make it a little smaller. I kind of like how all 3 of these are like it's horizontal, vertical, horizontal. All right. Now you probably want this image and this image to be about the same size. One easy way you can do that is you can put them right on top of each other, and then you can pop them until, see how it pops to that and it tells me those are the same size. I can bring this over here. Now you'll notice, the other thing that you'll notice is you see how that red line pops up? That red line tells me that those are lined up and that they're centered. If I take this one over here, see how there's that red X? That red X tells me that one's centered, which means that one's now centered there. I can scoot this one over. Actually, I'm going to leave that over there. I'm going to scoot this over this way a little bit, and I'm going to make this one a little bit bigger. And if I make it bigger, that means I have to recenter it. So I'm going to play with these until I get my image. Where is it? Where's the horizontal? It's not letting me. Oop, it just popped. So you can play with these and get them nice and centered. Actually, I don't like that as much. So play with them until you get a nice setup. Now, if you decide, like right now, I've decided I kind of like these sizes, but my box is a little too big. You want to leave a little bit of space between these two, and you want the same space on the edge. My outside edge is not a good shape or not a good space. So I'm going to take my big shape, and I'm going to take my canvas, and I'm going to shrink them. Same way I did before by using that button and by clicking on my shape. And this time I am grabbing from the center because I want to change my shape. And I'm going to drag this, and it will not, see, oh, it will make it so that it's nice and at the edges. Whoop. There we go. Maybe doesn't want me to let me do it today. All right, so there we go. So now my shape is nice and neatly inside my canvas. My 3 images are all set up and organized in a way that I like them. And they are all centered on each other and centered on the screen. So now go do that with your images.